Timing in one time for your mind. Haha, I'm back. Bruh. Last show was talking about I was going on a date with this broad, man, this black chick, man. And, god damn, man. First of all, before I say anything else, I was once one of them cats, man, that did not want to hear about the whole paradigm, the thought process, that there was actually a difference between black and white women. And when we talk about the difference between black and white women, we're actually talking about the difference between the cultures. It's not necessarily indicative of genetics, you know what I mean? Even though you could say that genetically there is a difference, because you can actually show and prove that black women are more aggressive, more domineering, more headstrong, due to the fact that they do have more testosterone than white women, right? So you put that in the mix with a ratchet ass culture, right? I mean, you're gonna get some women that pose some problems for you, man. They're gonna be problematic, right? So, nigga, I just went through a date that is so stereotypical of what the fuck we talk about, man, in the black community, about the problems that black women give you. You know what I mean? And when I talk about this, I'm not going to be talking about this in the vein of clowning the female, man, because my partner, man, my pimp partner, nigga Fuchsius, god damn, he pegged this female so goddamn right. And keep in mind, he's never even met her, man, but I went ahead and hit him with the characteristics of this chick. And he said, basically, this is the female version of us, for the most part. This is the female version of us. And, man, he goddamn, man, he was not wrong in the least, man. But one thing that would be different, that would be different is the fact that she is extremely and highly emotional. All right, so let me just give you a couple things that happened on the date. Good Lord, man. First of all, let me just hit y'all with the characteristics of this chick, man. Once again, stereotypical, bossy, and sassy. This chick has a beautiful face, man. Beautiful, angelic face. Nice, voluptuous tits. But the rest of the body, you know what I mean? Like I said, I figured out the riddle because she was always telling me that she can't understand why men don't gravitate to her. She can't understand why men don't want her. Of course, she makes a lot of money, has a high-profile job. And I finally figured out the riddle, man, when I went on a date with this chick, and I understand why ain't nobody really trying to seal the deal with this broad, man. So, we start off the date. We driving in a ride, man. You know, she chauffeuring me all around town. We doing all sorts of, slick shit. She puts in this CD, and right off the bat, we hitting it off, man, because, we are of the same age bracket. And typically, I don't, date female my same age bracket, man. So it's extremely refreshing to be riding around with a woman that can relate to the shit that I like. And of course, the 80s retro golden age hip hop, man, is, one of the things that I'm really into. I'm really into obscure hip hop music, obscure hip hop beats that most cats don't even know about, man. This chick, man, she pulled out a CD with all the past breakdance joints, man. She pulled out the Johnson Crew with Pac Jam, Nucleus Jam on it. Man Parrish, Boogie Down Bronx, Mantronics. Fucking blew my wig way back, nigga. I thought this bitch was gonna put in a bitch ass gospel CD, you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, oh, I know what you like. She said, let me go ahead and put this in. Let me see what you know about this. Man, I was like, man, it was almost instant love right there. I'm like, are you serious? I don't know too many niggas, man, that understand and know about these joints. You know what I mean? And for her, a black woman to throw this right there, I almost sealed the deal right there, man. I wanted to bend her over and hit it right there. That shit turned me on, man. Shit, and I'm really turned on by the fact that she can speak on things and educate me on shit, man. I mean, I'm into that shit, man. She was talking about chemical compounds and a periodic table, pertaining to her job, because she's a geologist. She works with a lot of chemicals and shit, man. I dig that shit, man. So, we hitting it off, man. She's intelligent. She's a hip-hop head. She knows all about the breakdancing and the graffiti, and I'm just like, oh, nigga, this date is gonna be cool. This is gonna be the shit. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm digging this bitch. I like it. All right, so we go to man, I can't remember the restaurant we went to, man, but it was super ritzy. It had a nice atmosphere. I think it's called J. Alexander's. I think that's what it was, right? As soon as we get in there, I kind of notice the cracks starting to open, man. You know what I mean? Because we sit down, we order, and right when we start to order, I see the black woman stereotype beginning to manifest, man. When the waitress comes up, nice petite white waitress, doing her job, being extremely agreeable, smiling, and for some reason, man, it just seemed like old girl had an attitude. Not the white girl, but my black female, man. So, I mean, she's like barking orders at this white girl, man. She was just like, excuse me, this is what I want. This is what I get usually, and when I get it, I need it like this, and I need it like that, and hold this, and hold that, and don't be putting nothing like this on it, and this, and it was just real, kind of greasy and out of pocket the way she was talking to her, right? I'm like, God damn, bitch, you know what I'm saying? And so, I just thought that was just kind of, she was just coming off really rude and crass, you know what I mean, toward the waitress and shit. And we having a little conversation, and I'm talking to her about some things, and she talking to me about some things and shit. In the middle of me talking to her, man, she starts playing with, it was like a little little white baby behind us in another booth. And she's like looking at the white baby, smiling at the white baby, waving at the baby, talking baby talk to the baby, right? And this is in the midst of me having a conversation with the bitch, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bitch, I'm talking to you, you know what I mean? I mean, you can hold all the rest of that shit. It was just, that was some kind of like some rude shit to me, man. I'm like, I'm in the middle of having a conversation with you, bitch, and you playing coochie coo with the baby that's behind me, you know what I mean? And of course, consequently, when I went out to go eat with the Becky, of course, I didn't have this problem. Her attention was undivided. It was just all on me. She wasn't everywhere with this shit like the skillet was, man. You know what I mean? The skillet was just like, I'm like, bitch, I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But of course, I don't really trip it, man, because, I'm just doing this date more so for a social experiment purpose, right? Because like I said, I've been out with the Becky a couple times. Now I'm out with the skillet. So I'm like, let's and keep in mind, once again, I'm not necessarily trying to clown her, man, because I really feel sorry for her, man. I really feel sorry for the chick, right? So we eat. She coming off kind of rude and nasty to the waitress. The bitch, her attention was not undivided when she was talking to me. The bitch doing all sorts of extra shit. She wouldn't turn off her phone. Her phone would ring. She'd pick up the phone. She'd be rapping and talking on the phone to her friends. Me, I was courteous enough to turn off my goddamn phone when I was with this bitch, to give her my undivided attention. She did not reciprocate. She kept her phone on, and whenever text came through, the bitch was texting. When the phone rang, she would pick it up. She would talk. When she seen extracurricular shit happening behind me, the bitch was, playing with the babies and just totally ignoring what the fuck I was saying, right? So I'm just taking stock of this shit. You know, a lot of y'all was like, man, you should have checked that bitch. No need, nigga. No need. I'm a power trick, man. This is not that deep to me, right? Because my thing is, if a bitch is out of pocket on the first date, there just will not be a second date. So basically, we get done eating, and I get up, and she gets up. And she just walks off, right? I'm like, hey, goddamn. You know, because I'm trying to get my coat and everything. I'm like, where you going? She's like, I'm going to the restroom. I'm just like, okay. You know, I'm like, damn, bitch, give me heads up. What's going on? I thought that was kind of rude to just walk the fuck off, right? So, all right. She walks off. She goes to the bathroom. And the bathroom was like right at the front of the entrance to the restaurant. So, I'm sitting there waiting. She's in the bathroom. Man, I swear, man, take about 10 minutes for her to get out the bathroom. I don't really know what time she got out the bathroom, because basically what happened was I'm sitting there waiting 10 minutes. My phone rings. I finally turn my phone on. It was my partner, the side trickster. He hits me up. Dude, what's going on, dude? What's going on, dude? Where the bitches at, dude? I'm like, man, you know, I'm on a date with this chick, man, feeling her out, see what's going on with her. And I couldn't really hear him, man, you know what I mean? Because we in the restaurant, there's a lot of shit going on. So I opted to go outside and talk to this nigga, you know what I'm saying? I leave the restaurant. I don't stray too far, you know, just to make sure that the bitch can see me, right? So I'm about maybe 25 yards from the entrance talking to this nigga. And I'm just kind of noticing, like, damn, you know, 5 more minutes go by and she still ain't out. I'm like, damn, it's been like 15 minutes, the bitch in the goddamn bathroom, you know? So she finally comes out, and I'm on the phone with my partner, right? Because, of course, I elect to go outside to have a conversation with this nigga so I can hear him and he can hear me. And this bitch flips out on me, man. The black sassy skillet. Oh, my God, the black sassy skillet stereotype. You know, this is her thing, man. She was just like, excuse me, you just gonna leave up out of the restaurant? I'm like, I had to take a phone call. She was like, that's irrelevant. A gentleman would wait for a woman to come out of the bathroom in the lobby. I'm like, I had to take a phone call. She was just like, I repeat, a gentleman would wait for a lady to... I'm like, I bit my tongue. I'm like, I'm not going to let this devolve into no ghetto. Oh, yeah, that's what she said. She said, yes, I'm extremely disappointed. It's obvious that you are used to dealing with ratchets. You do not treat women this way. Or you don't treat ladies this way. Oh, my God, man. I'm like, okay. I'm like, man, I finally... I mean, she turned into a snapdragon. The bitch snapped at me, man. And when I say snapped at me, the bitch was kind of like... She kind of scolded me like I was her child or some shit, right? But once again, a lot of y'all said, man, you should have checked the bitch. No need. Because basically what's going to happen is there won't be a second date. If a black bitch show her ass, if a white bitch show her ass on any sort of so-called date, there just won't be a second one. I'm not about to argue with no bitch. So, we go to the mall. You know, we trying to kill time before we hit to the movie. And, man, I swear, man, in every instance, every situation, we interacted with everybody, man. This bitch was barking orders. She was goddamn just being just so combative and confrontational. It was crazy, man. I bought a silver chain while I was there, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah, give me this chain. And then I was like, yeah, and, you know, I was looking at amulets and medallions and shit, man. And I was just like, well, what do you think about this? You know, I'm still trying to make the date pleasurable, trying to include her in on shit, right? You know, and she's just like, I don't like this, and I don't like that, and I don't like, you know, bitch didn't like shit, man. I'm just like, okay then. So I'm like, hey, fuck a medallion. You know, she did say she liked the chain and shit. So I'm like, I'm going to just get the chain. And then she looks at me when I pull out my money. She's like, you're not going to ask him, can you get a discount if you just pay straight cash? I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. And so she was just like... So she kind of like rolls her eyes, and then she looks at and of course it's one of them Indian motherfuckers, right? And she like barks at him like, excuse me, can he get a discount if he just pays straight cash? You know, I told the bitch I'm good, right? You know, but she gonna take it upon herself. And and you know, the Indian dude, he was looking all scared and shit. Cause the bitch was just barking at him, man. You know what I mean? And I was looking for like some t-shirts and shit everywhere we went. I mean, she just took charge, man. Everywhere we went, she was like, excuse me, do you have any 4X t-shirts? Any 3X t-shirts? She was just like, and then she was like, how much is this? Oh, that is just ridiculous. I can get such and such better. I can get better prices here. I mean, she's going in full tilt with everybody as far, I give her props as far as knowing how to shop. This is a bargain getting bitch, man. But it was just her whole energy was just, like I said, sassy and bossy. Sassy and bossy, man. The stereotype. Wow, man. And she was the stereotype on steroids, man. It was on. And then I had one of my partners, man. I had a partner that I met there. I hadn't seen him in a while, man. I went to high school with him and shit. So we at the mall. I'm like, in the midst of me buying the chain, I'm just minding my own business, and he creeps up on me, and he grabs my arm, right? And he's like, you need to come with me, sir. Trying to be a funny motherfucker, right? And I damn near elbowed this motherfucker, man. Y'all know me, man. This shit, I'm a paranoid ass nigga. I don't like niggas putting their hands on me, man, sneaking up on me. And so he thought that shit was real funny, right? Ha ha, I got you, man. What's up, man? What's up, man? And so I'm looking at the broad, the skillet, and I'm talking to my partner and shit. And then right away, I already knew what was going to happen. She wanted me to introduce him to her. You know what I mean? She wanted to be acknowledged as being on a date with me. I could just already feel it, man. But she had been getting on my nerves so motherfucking much, man. I wasn't going to do it. This was going to be my little dig at the bitch, right? You know, because the date started off cool, but the bitch had so much goddamn mouth, man. You know, I was just like, I'm not even going to introduce her, you know, and I'm not even going to acknowledge the bitch, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to see what this bitch do later on and shit. So, me and my nigga talking, and she over there on the sidelines looking at me all wide-eyed, and I knew, like I said, I knew she wanted to be acknowledged, and she wanted me to say, hey, this is my beautiful date, such and such, yeah, we out here enjoying the mall. I ain't do that shit, right? I just kind of ignored her, started just talking to my partner, man. And then we said what we had to say, and then he walked off. And then I started walking off, and I told her, come on, let's go. And so she didn't move. I'm like, you ready? Come on, let's go. She was just like, what'd she say? She said, really? She said, is that how you treat a woman? I knew it was coming. And, you know, and everything, she kept referring back to ratchets and, you know, thoughts and shit. She's like, you are really used to dealing with ghetto ass ratchet bitches, aren't you? I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, of course I know what the fuck she's talking about. She's like, I stood there for like 7-8 minutes. You just carry on a conversation with somebody and you don't even introduce me? I'm like, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't think nothing of it, man. You know, just, hey, my apologies, my humble apologies. The bitch was mad that I did not acknowledge her presence. You know what I'm saying? So once again, man, I mean, the whole date was like that. This is the problem, you know. And when I say I don't really want to clown her, right? Because I already know what the deal is, man. This is a female. She got money, got a good job, she got a slick ass ride, paying, you know, buku money. She staying in these like high rise apartments and shit, man. And she can't get a man. She can't get a goddamn man for shit, man. You know what I mean? And the main thing why she can't get a man, of course, like I said, beautiful face, big tits, but the rest of the body, man, she is just, I mean, she ill built. I'm gonna just keep it 100, man. She ill built, and not too many cats is really checking for her, man. So cats will probably fuck with her for a little bit, until something else better come along. You know what I mean? Because it's just like Nigga Future said, she's kind of like the female counterpart of us. How we have our shit together, but for some odd reason, you know, the females aren't really checking for us in droves. You know what I mean? We get bitches here and there, but you know, of course, it's the dusty prison nigga that, of course, he get the most play. And a lot of niggas they really can't understand why that happens. And this chick, she's kind of like in the same vein. She can't understand why she's still single. And, you know, I wanted to sit her down and just tell her. I'm like, you still single because, bitch, really, you're not humble enough, man. I mean, you got the money, you got these cars, and you got this nice job. But, I mean, you old, you know what I mean? You like 46, you ill-built. You know what I mean? And then you got this stank-ass, bossy, sassy, snapdragon-ass attitude. You know, that's why you single. That's why, you know, she's trying to understand why niggas fuck with her for a little bit and then they end the win. They good. And I totally get it now. I understand why. It's like, man, this bitch, you know, I mean, she's so preoccupied about wanting to be seen in this princess-like light. You know what I mean? She wants to be acknowledged for being a beautiful woman. And that's a funny, man. I mean, from the titties up, she's about an 8. Man, she got some nice tits. Keep going back to that in a pretty face, but goddamn, the bottom half is just like, holy shit, man. You know. So yeah, she want to be acknowledged and she wants to be the princess, and she, you know, and the same things that she was accusing me through the whole date, the bitch was doing. I'm like, really? You want to be acknowledged and you want to have all this undivided attention on you, but bitch, you was doing the exact same opposite shit in the goddamn restaurant. You know what I mean? So we went to the movies, and the movies got better, man, because she couldn't keep her hands off a nigga, man. You know, she got real. Let me see. Yeah, she got real frisky and she got real accommodating at the movie. We went through the drive-in, man. So we there, and she's like, "I'm going to the concession stand. You want anything?" I'm like, "Okay, you know, get me some popcorn." She go get some popcorn. We come back, you know, and she was like touching on my face and touching my thigh and rubbing the inside of my thigh and rubbing on my arm and shit, man. And you know, she irritated me so much through the goddamn date, man. You know, I just want to watch the movie and bounce, man. I'm just like, man, you know. So we seen that Captain America joint. That motherfucker is a 10, man. I gotta get that shit on DVD. For anybody that ain't seen it yet, that's really into Marvel Comics, y'all gotta check that shit out. That was boss hog, nigga. That was cool. And we seen Jungle Book also. And, you know, by the end of it, when I ended watching the movies, she was kind of growing back on me again, man, because, you know, I felt sorry for the chick, man. I felt, you know, I could really see why she was acting the way she was acting, because she's been passed over so much and she's been hurt a lot, man. And she feels like she has so much more worth than the females that she gets passed over by, you know what I mean? So, I ended up going back to the crib, man, and I just basically looked at her, and, you know, she was looking at me. You know, this is the part of the date where either you kiss the bitch goodnight, or you just get the fuck out the ride, and you just go your separate ways and shit. And I couldn't help it. You know, y'all know me, man. I'm a soft ass nigga, man. You know, when I see someone hurt and I see somebody in pain, and, you know, and the hurt and the pain is just written all over this chick's face, man. You know, she hurt. So I reached over, man, and man, I'm trying to tell you, man, this I should have done this shit. Because this chick, she's probably, you know, she could probably be a problem, man, as far as some stalking. I can see it in her, man. I can see her probably stalking a motherfucker, man. But through the whole date, she would say shit like, you ain't paid enough dues for me to do that. You ain't paid enough dues for me to do this. That was the little running joke through the whole date, because every time we talk on the phone, she talk about these past dates she had with niggas. And she always told them that, they ain't paid enough dues to do this and paid enough dues to do that. So before, I basically looked at her and said, but this is basically what I said. I said, should I kiss you good night, or I ain't paid enough dues for that shit either, right? And she was like, hey, look, we are going to have to, what'd she say? She said, we are going to have to get an understanding that I'm not one of them ratchets. I'm like, here we go. I'm not one of them ratchets you usually fuck with. You're going to have to learn how you talk to me. I said, I repeat, have I paid enough dues to kiss you good night, or should I just get the fuck out this car? And then she was just looking at me like, well, I guess. And so shit, I just, all right, fuck it then. So I just opened the door. I started to get out. She grabbed my arm, and she was just like, I'm just playing. I'm like, yeah. So I reached over, gently kissed her on the lips. I said, okay, I'll rap to you later. And that was that. And I'm like, God damn, boy. Sassy black bitch, bossy shit, man. Oh, she was barking orders at everybody, man. I was low-key, like, embarrassed. I'm like, this bitch is crazy, man. This bitch is just so, she just confrontational, the motherfucker. Damn. So, yeah, that's what I went through with the skillet, man. Total difference between how my date went with Becky, man. I didn't really talk about the date with Becky because it's pretty much non-eventful. There's no drama in it, man. Like I said, she was just totally attentive, undivided attention. She sat there and she basically, if we ordered food, I would order the food, and she didn't bark out orders, and just a very agreeable attitude. So. I keep doing this shit, right? And I keep hoping that the majority of these goddamn black women prove me wrong, man. But each time I do some shit on a intimate level with these bitches, man, it's like the stereotypes prove correct. God damn, man. Oh, fucking the whole day, man. We started at 12 noon to like 3 a.m, man. I'm just dealing with her just doing her snapdragon neck rolling ass shit, man. But I think I'm gonna still keep seeing her, man, because I think that, I don't know, depend on Becky. And I don't know. I just feel sorry for her, nigga. I feel sorry for her because I see a lot of her in me. You know what I mean? I see she feels like she has so much more value and so much more to give to the world, you know what I mean? She's just getting passed over. She's not appreciated. And she hurt. You know what I mean? She hurt, man. Shit. And it's not that I'm hurt. I understand the game. You know what I mean? I know what time it is and shit. But, of course, I'm a man, so I'm looking at it at a logical level. She's not. She's just really emotional about how she repeatedly just keeps getting played. And she don't understand why she's getting played. It's because your fucking attitude, bitch. You can't bark orders and be bossy and sassy with an ill-built body. Niggas is gonna bounce. Shit, versus the Becky with the good attitude, with the petite little build, and and then that was another thing. I asked when I was at the movies and I was about to like raise up my hand and play in her hair, right? And I asked her. I didn't really want to ask it, but it was kind of unavoidable, man, because I don't want to put my hand in this bitch hair and start playing with it. And it's a weave, and the bitch get an attitude. You know how these bitches get. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, can I play in your hair, or is that your hair? And so she didn't really respond to it, the way that she needed to respond to it, so that I know that it's her hair. She's like, well, it's on my head, ain't it? I'm thinking, that don't tell me shit, you know what I mean? So I didn't play in the bitch hair. I was steering towards the fact that most of that shit on her head was not her hair. So I didn't play in the bitch hair. I'm like, fuck it, that's your attitude. You know what I mean? I was trying to warm up to her. I was trying to, show interest in her. I was trying to show that that I see value in her, man. But just every step of the way, it was just a slick mouth goddamn comment, man. You know? So, okay. So that was my date with the skillet, man. Right? Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what the fuck it is, man. You bitches have got to change your fucking attitudes, man. Especially if you 45 with an ill-built body. You gonna be alone. You are gonna be... only tight body hoes can get that shit off. You know what I mean? And they can stick around for a little bit of that abuse if a bitch, you know, is popping like that, man. But not no 45-year-old pot belly chick, man. God damn. All right, man. It's the Fat Mac Almighty Triple XL. Check me out on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Liberated Syndicate. Go to Google, type in Mac City Limits. If you're over here at YouTube, man, listen to these joints. My podcast can be readily found by typing in Mac City Limits on Google. And obviously, if you listen to my shit on iTunes, man, if you want to go to YouTube, listen to episodes that you won't find on Liberated Syndicate, yeah, go to YouTube, type in Mac City Limits. And, bruh, hey, Magnus, nigga, you was right, nigga. You was right, man. But then she gets extreme cool points, man, for knowing all that retro hip-hop shit. She's a hip-hop head, man. Man, how am I going to pass up a chance to get to know? I think I can kind of reform this bitch, man. I think I can kind of, you know, take the edge off because she hurt, man. You know, yeah, I got to try. You know what I mean? I see some value in this bitch. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take one for the team, man. I'm going to take one for the team. Fat Mac and I'm out. Fat Mac and I'm out. Fat Mac and I'm out. Fat Mac and I'm out.